Salut, comment ça va? Welcome back everybody to the CF Montreal career mode. We have taken the French-Canadian side from the MLS, we put them into the second division of French football and gained promotion at the first time of asking. And life in Ligue 1 has been going really well so far. But today we face our toughest challenge yet. Up against the team who have dominated this division for many years now. The team who in real life are halfway to a Champions League final. That of course being the juggernauts of French football, the team from the French capital, Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. That will be the one and only full game played on this episode. I will be going back to 2 games per episode next week. Just had a few time constraints this week when it came to uploading these episodes and recording these episodes. But if I was only going to pick one game for this episode, it had to be our first clash against PSG. It's the first time we've ever played them in this series, and let's hope we can pull off a bit of an upset and get the 3 points. Now, this may be the only full game we're playing in this episode, but I do have a rake of highlights to show you. So without further ado, let me show you those highlights and also show you the league table at this point, and then we'll get into this game against PSG. So the first game of the episode was away from home against Nice, who were in 3rd place as we were in 2nd place, so a clash here near the top of the table. Esteban Lapaul, I cannot believe I was worried about this man in the last episode. A small bit of a slow start to the season, but he is absolutely crushing it at the moment, and he was the one who opened up the scoring here. Great ball by GSP and brilliant finish from our main man up front. Then right at the end of the half, he decided that, you know what, one's not enough, let me go and get another one. Brilliant ball again by George St. Pierre, and Nepal doubled his tally and doubled our tally, and I thought, brilliant, 2-0 up going into the second half, what could possibly go wrong? Well, the first thing that went wrong was that we weren't 2-0 up at half time. Moffy did pull one back for Nice here right at the end of the half. Super frustrating because it was the only real major opportunity that Nice had all game up to this point. But it's a very good finish. Sami Zayn not able to keep that one out, and it was 2-1 going into the half-time break. We kicked off the second half though in flying form. Look at this for a ball from Antunes. Beautiful ball over the top, perfectly weighted. Keeper decided not to come for it, and Nepal put it in for his and our 3rd and his 2nd hat-trick of the season. Once again, why was I worried about this man? I had no reason to worry. I was a little bit worried a few minutes later though when Moffy pulled another one back for Nice. Again, the defence not really doing great here, giving him way too much space, and it's a really good finish. Sami Zayn had absolutely nothing he could do about that. And if you thought that was a good finish, well, let me just stay quiet for a second and allow you to watch this. What a goal. Credit where it's due. We have a player called Maurice Rocket Richard, but I tell you what, that was an absolute rocket there from Toffee. Toffee? I've already forgotten his bloody name. What the hell was his name again? Moffy. His first name began with T, so I'll combine the two and call him Toffee. But he got a hat-trick to level things up, and I was like, oh, here we go again. We've absolutely bottled it, and we're going to drop points here away from home, which is really frustrating. But who else to go up and get the winner but Esteban Lapaul getting his 4th goal of the game. Good strike here in off the post, and it did give us 3 points here away from home in a very tough fixture. I would have taken a point before the game, but after being 3-1 up, it felt like 2 points dropped. But thankfully, we did end up with all 3 points because, because of the 4 goals from Esteban Lapaul. Nearly lost my voice there at the end of that highlight, my bad. But something else I did unfortunately lose was the 100% record that we currently have at home. It was Reims up next at the Saputo Stadium. They took the lead here. We used the highlights feature for this game, and they had the first major chance of this fixture, and they took it with a great finish as well. That was 1-0 to Reims. Esteban Lapaul, though, keeping up his great form, 9 minutes later, did get the equaliser. Another good ball there, I think by Antunes. Yeah, that's Antunes. And then Lapaul put it into the bottom corner. So 1-1 here, our first draw of the season, but still, only 1 loss so far this season. If you had given me this record at the start of the season, at this stage, I would have gladly taken it. Marseille were the next opponent, but you could also call them the next victim. What a strike that was there from Georges St-Pierre to begin the goal scoring in this game. He has had a fantastic start to the season, and there's no better man for me to be wearing that captain's armband. His so-called weak foot rifled that into the top corner and gave us the lead here against one of the bigger teams in this division. Just a few moments later then, Esteban Lepal kept up his great form. GSP was the one who played in the ball, and Lepal was the one who put it in the back of the net. And to be honest with you, they were very unlucky. Sorry, we were very unlucky, I should say, to not be more than 2-0 up. We were absolutely battering Marseille in this game. I was actually quite surprised with how easy it was. Sami Zayn made a few decent saves in the second half. He did leave one in here with a minute to go from, let's just say, a former United player. Don't really want to talk too much about him, but thankfully it was only a consolation goal and we did get back to winning ways. Back on the road for the next game, it was against Toulouse, and they did, in fact, lose. Oh, that was a terrible joke. But anyways, this wasn't a terrible finish from Georges St-Pierre. He is on fire in this episode. Left foot, right foot, it does not matter. He will finish it either way, just like he did there. Up next then, it was a goal from Thibaut Summers, who is very strange, because I find that he's either the best player on the pitch, or he's non-existent. He's a very, very odd player that way. But he did double our advantage here with a decent finish. 2-0 right before the stroke of half time. And then who else to get the third goal but Esteban Lepal. This man just cannot be stopped at the moment. Yet another goal for him and another victory for Montreal. Aver, who are 18th in the league. I haven't done a quick sim yet all season. I'm going to attempt one here and pray to the good Lord above that we don't have any injuries, don't get any suspensions, and hopefully get 3 points as well. A fully fit team. Let's give it a quick sim and see what happens. And we do get a 2-0 win. GSP and Lepal on the score sheet again. You love to see it. So up next we faced Brest, and normally I love saying that sentence, it's normally a very pleasant experience, but unfortunately this time it was quite frustrating. They went 1-0 up here from a spot kick, Sami Zayn sent the wrong way, and they smacked the ball into the back of the net to take the lead. Alvin Sanchez, though, scored his second goal for the club, does really well here to hold off the defenders and squeeze it through the legs of the goalkeeper, and for some reason they're not showing me in the highlights here, but we then got a penalty with 5 minutes to go. Maurice Richards stepped up and unfortunately hit the crossbar. So unfortunately, not a very pleasant day coming up against Brest. These Brest were about as good as what they would look on a nun. What? Those Brests may not have been able to turn me on, but this league table position very much is getting me excited. Second place after 11 games, only 3 points behind PSG, who we do play next. 30 goals scored as well, and we do have the best goal difference in the league. I am very, very happy with the start. In terms of a start from a newly promoted team, this is probably as good as you can get. But with a win over PSG, we can go top of the table, but that will be no easy feat. It's the first time we're playing the Parisians in this career mode. Without further ado, let's get into it. Call me the Stone Roses, because this is the one we have been waiting for. Club de Foot Montreal versus Paris Saint-Germain. And I was having a quick look there at PSG's predicted lineup. They have been quite busy in the transfer window, it seems. Frankie de Jong has been signed. Rodrigo was on the right-hand side in their predicted 11. I saw Andy Robertson as well on the bench from Liverpool. Obviously, we signed him as well in the Celtic career mode. So they have added to what is already a very, very good squad. But hey, we ain't no slouches either, as Luis Enrique looks on there. But they are top of the league, still unbeaten in this season. And you do expect them to stay up there. Well, unless a certain team from Quebec can get 3 points here and jump above them in the table. But that, of course, will be no easy feat. I can see De Jong is in the starting 11 there as well. It's a very, very strong team. Oh, lads, I'm nervous. I'm really, really nervous. This is the first time we've played them in the whole series. Obviously, we were a second division team last year. Didn't play them in the Cup. But now we are amongst the big boys in France and only 3 points behind PSG. We've gone with our strongest 11. I just want to have a quick look at their team right before we get into this game. And let's see who we'll be coming up against. Donnarumma in goal. Decent back four there as well. This goes way too fast. It goes way too fast for me to look at. Some of the players were on the wrong side there. But as you can see, that front three of Rodrigo, Ramos and Kvaratskhelia is very, very good. Yeah, we are going to be... This is going to be a very, very difficult game. Let's just say that. But let's just get into it. Listen, we fear no team. We've had a brilliant start to the season. Only one defeat from 11. But PSG still have that donut in that L column. But I'd love to be the first team to be included on that board. But here's Lepal. Over to Sanchez, who did score in the last game. But can't get the shot off there. Probably going to be a little bit quieter in this game than I am in other games that I commentate on. I feel like focus is going to have to be a must in this. Complete focus, that is. And just as I say that, Ramos hits the post. And Rodrigo puts in the rebound. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? We've had a great start to this season. The only loss was to our bogey team, FC Lorient. But I knew this was going to be a completely different challenge coming up against PSG. And I mean, that was just too easy for them. Ramos hits the bar. It comes out to Rodrigo, who basically had an empty net to aim at. And we are 1-0 down after their first attack of the game. Okay, we need to get our shit together. We need to pull the finger out and realise who we're up against. But listen, still a lot of football to be played. 11 minutes in. We don't need to panic just yet. Oh, Lepal very nearly played in Antunes there. It's Marquinhos now over to Ramos, who does normally come off the bench for them, at least in the Champions League. But he's starting in this game here against us. Here's Vitinha. Oh my god, Sami Zayn had to pull out a really good save there. Luis Enrique. Not looking very happy, but I'm sure on the inside he'll be quite pleased with this start. Don't think Toe Blake is going to be feeling the same way at the moment. GSP has done really well there, though. Can we create something from this? It's got nobody in support. Lepal makes the run. Beautiful. Esteban Lepal. Ah, the touch let him down. And unfortunately, we weren't able to threaten the PSG goal at all there. Here's Vitinha. Over to De Jong. And Ramos. Good interception there by Kevin Owens. I think that's going to be the major challenge in this career mode, is the fact that PSG have such a huge advantage financially over all the other teams in France. They already have an amazing squad to begin with, and they can just add to it with basically whoever they want. Which means we really have to make the most of the money that we spend. And the quicker we qualify for European competition, the better. Summers gets completely taken out there. It's a free kick. It's surely going to be a yellow card as well. Come on, ref. Get that card out. Was it Hakimi who made the foul? Oh, it's a red card! Oh my goodness me, it's a straight red! Hakimi with the foul, and the referee thinks it's a bad enough foul that he should be sent off, and they're having to make a change already as they go down to 10 men. Well, even I think that's a little bit harsh. It was a foul, it was a yellow. But according to the referee, a straight red was the suitable punishment. I did not see that one coming. We need to try and take advantage of that now. We take the free kick short. Sanchez, have a go, lad. Blocked. Antunes, I thought was going to be offside. He actually ended up being on, but wasn't able to get the shot off. Well, that has really shocked me, I'm not going to lie. Let me know in the comments, was that a red card? I'd be really annoyed if that was the other way around. If I had gone down to 10 men over a challenge like that, I'd be really annoyed. Oh, I tell you what, I would have been even more annoyed there if we'd gone 2-0 down. Oh, he was offside anyway, Kvaratskhelia. I think that's how you say his name. Probably mispronouncing it, but oh well, whatever. Not like we're ever going to have him in our team. Of course, we can only sign players from French-speaking countries in this career mode. So he will not be eligible to be signed. But I would like to get him in a career mode in the future. As I nearly lose my voice there again. Bloody hell. It's a really good run here by Maurice Richard. Oh, it's really well done by Richard. Oh, he was looking for Antunes there at the back post. But PSG were able to intercept it and stop the chance from happening. 5 minutes to go in this first half. It's absolutely flown by. It's another offside there, this time from De Jong, who Manchester United chased for what seemed like forever. But now he is applying his trade in Paris for the league leaders. With 2 more goals and we will be the team leading the French league. But Lepal probably held on to it for too long there. Here's Rodrigo, the goal scorer. Kevin Owens, can he keep up with them? Yes, he can. KO has actually done really well there. Be careful, he might give you a package pile driver if you're not careful. Oh, but we're not careful. Oh, and Rodrigo, unfortunately, has doubled the lead for the 10 men. That's really frustrating. Felt like we were going into the game there a good bit, especially after they had the man sent off. But the former Real Madrid man gets his and PSG's second, and we are going to be going into the second half 2 goals down. Very, very disappointing. Haven't made any changes at half time, but hoping that we can change this scoreline. I felt like we were a little bit unlucky to go 2-0 down there at the end of the half. Let's try and stop them from scoring a third though straight away, or let's just leave them get the third and have Rodrigo score his hat-trick. Well, do you know what? Maybe this is the reality check that we needed. We were absolutely flying there up to this point, but this was always going to be the main challenge of this career mode, is trying to get the better of PSG. They have such a strong grip on this division. They've added the likes of Rodrigo and De Jong to it. Oh, this is going to be difficult. That's why, as well as we were doing, I do always need to keep that in the back of my mind, that this is the juggernaut that we're trying to take down. Obviously, the main goal of this career mode is to win the Champions League, to become the first non-European team to do so. But I would love to win the French League as well. I'd love to win the Champions League before PSG as well. They haven't won it in this series yet. They could be winning it in real life though, who knows? But at the moment they're winning this game 3-0, despite the fact they're down to 10 men. I think that really shows how impressive this squad is. They can be a man down and still absolutely dominate. That's a really good ball over the top. Esteban Lepal. Just can't get the shot off. Just unable to get the shot off. Let's try and keep this at 3. I don't want to concede any more than 3. It's bad enough we've conceded the goals that we have. That first goal was really frustrating because it felt like such a FIFA goal to concede. The second one too, but that one was just pure class. Speaking of pure class, here's Esteban Lepal, the top scorer in the division at the moment. We will go over the individual stats after this game. Siddiqui, that's a good run, and it's a good goal from Siddiqui. Okay, half an hour to go. 3-1. Why are you not picking up the ball? We're celebrating like we've just won the bloody French League. But Siddiqui, I think that actually might be his first goal of the season, and he's celebrating like he's never going to score another one. Gives us a bit of a lifeline. And hopefully we can use the momentum from that goal. Sorry, I can feel a sneeze. Joey can feel a sneeze coming, and it just won't quite come out. One of my friends said this to me before. I'd rather feel like I have to fart all the time than feel like I have to sneeze all the time. It's really, really annoying. But whilst I try and manifest this sneeze, let's also try manifesting a comeback. 3-1, 25 minutes to go. Listen. We've come back from worse positions. Oh, we're not going to come back if we give away the ball as cheaply as that. Here's Kvaratskhelia. Oh, Kevin Owens with a good interception there. Let's try and play this out from the back now. Siddiqui, the goal scorer, over to Summers. This sneeze is not bloody coming out. Oh my god, this is really distracting. Just getting the excuse in for when we don't come back. GSP. Into Lepal. Esteban Lepal. Oh, deflected. Out for a corner. Maurice Richard will come over and take it. In towards Lapaul. But cleared away by the defender on Vitinha. Takes it away from Antunes. Now Rodrigo, the man who's already got a hat-trick in this game. Look at that pace from the Brazilian. It's Vitinha, and it's 4-1, and it's Kvaratskhelia. Well, that's also going to be another challenge as well in this career mode, and that's kind of the intriguing thing about our transfer policy is PSG don't just have an open checkbook. They can sign whoever they want from wherever they want. We, of course, are only signing players who are from countries/regions where French is one of the official languages. So I think this has really proven how big of a challenge we are actually facing. Even if we exceed expectations and somehow qualify for the Champions League this season, there's such a long way to go. But let's make a few changes here. I'm going to keep Lapaul on. I'm actually going to try something different. I'm going to put Lapaul as a cam. And I'm going to bring on Toussaint. Let's also bring on Dia. Kevin Owens is a bit tired. We'll swap him and Twanzebe. And I'm also going to bring on Kutesa. Tends to make an impact when he comes off the bench. And yes, once again, pun very much intended. Every time I use the word impact, pun is intended. But 4-1 down here. Well, Sadiki's goal, I thought might have sparked an unlikely comeback, but it wasn't to be. Toussaint looking to play in Lapaul here. That's a really good take there by Lapaul. Oh, but he slightly overplayed it. The touch let him down. Left-footed strike, wide of the post. They're taking off Rodrigo and bringing on Barcola. The strength and depth they have is absolutely phenomenal. As Donnarumma takes this goal kick. And here's Kvaratskhelia again. God, Twanzebe is not able to keep... Oh, no, yes, he is. I thought for a second he wasn't going to be able to keep up with him. But he's done really well there. Come on, let's try and make it 4-2. Let's make the scoreline look a little bit more respectable. Here's GSP. Into Toussaint. Of course, this will be the first game we lose at home as well. We've had a good home record up to this point. God, we've lost the ball so many times today. Barcola here is in. He's probably going to make it 5. Yes, he is. He smacks it past Sami Zayn. Yeah, this is a reality check. And maybe it's the wake-up call we needed. Maybe I was getting a little bit too blasé in this division, thinking it was too easy. We've come up against the reigning champions, the team who've dominated this division for so many years. And they are really proving here why they are the team that everybody is trying to catch up with. 5-1. And they're away from home as well. They've made this their home. It's his first goal of the season. Why am I not surprised? And we have been absolutely battered. Oh my god, we can't string a pass together to save our bloody life. Only 2 added minutes. You could add on another 90, and I still don't think we'd score again. Let's just try and stop them from scoring again. Is GSP into Toussaint. The ref is going to play on. Lapaul. Is there a chance for another consolation goal? Esteban Lapaul. Yes, there is. 5-2. Yeah, you may as well kick the ball into the back of the net. There's no chance of a comeback. Well, we have scored twice against PSG, but they've put the ball in the back of our net 5 times. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do in terms of trying to win this division. Disappointing result, but you know what? Not a disappointing first 12 games of the season. Second place, 9 points behind PSG, but they actually have played an extra game since they beat us 5-2. I'm very, very happy with that. But as I said during that game, it just shows that we still have a hell of a long way to go when it comes to catching Paris Saint-Germain. And we can only sign players from French-speaking countries. They have an open checkbook and can sign anybody. It's going to be a big challenge, but I do firmly believe we are capable of completing that challenge. Something else I also wanted to have a look at here before we wrap things up, if we go over here to the squad hub and have a look at the stats. Esteban Lapaul, 15 goals in 12 appearances, 3 assists as well. He is absolutely killing it this season. 5 and 8 for GSP, 3 and 2 for Summers, 2 and 3 for Maurice Richard, 2 and 3 for Sanchez as well, and a couple of other players chipping in here and there as well. 7 assists as well for Antunes. I think I know the areas that we do need to improve, but I do think we also have a solid core that can have a very strong season. But anyways, lads, that will do it for this episode of the Montreal Career Mode. Apologies for only one game in this episode. I know I normally do 2 games per episode. I've just had a little bit of time constraints holding me back this week in terms of recording. As you can probably tell as well, I don't sound the best. I've been feeling very under the weather since I came back from Las Vegas, still adjusting back to Irish time and the climate and all that, so haven't been feeling the best, but I'm really happy to be recording this career mode again, and next week things will be back to normal, 2 games per episode, and I'm very excited to see how those games go. If you did enjoy this video though, please hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel if you are enjoying this series. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all on Monday for the next episode of the Montreal Career Mode. Au revoir and take care.